come in.
Mail call.
What is it?
I'll give you a hint. 15 men on a dead man's chest.
Yo ho ho,
And a bottle of rum. Pirate Borg.
Arr.
Yeah.
You don't know how to use that. Put it down.
Ah.
It's time to hit the high seas.
Pirate Borg, here we go.
Using the Mjörk Borg engine, Pirate Borg is everything that you've wanted out of a pirate-themed role-playing game.
Hell yeah, it is.
So, if you don't have Mjörk Borg, go and get it. There's a link in the dungeon.
The cellophane's still on there.
Yeah, it is. I'll take it off right now. Let me move this beautiful piece of artwork.
All right, take it off.
I mean, this is a full unwrapping here. Along with this book, I got the PDF from Limithron, and it's still through their backer kit, whatever it is. And oh yeah, this is great. And it has a wonderful, I don't know if I can, oh, there's a map. The Dark Caribbean. Let's open this guy up. It's a map on both sides. Here's the Dark Caribbean.
Well, that's cool. So it's set in kind of a real-world setting?
Yeah, but with fantastical sort of things, obviously, like undead and krakens and all that stuff.
Nice. And there's something else on the back, yeah?
So this is based upon what's inside of the book as a sandbox area called Black Coral Bay.
All right, so that's a map that you can give to your players so that they know where the hell they're at.
That's right. Pirate Borg. It has a bumpy texture, so it's actually embossed in there. And you can see kind of how big this is in comparison to the actual core Mjörk Borg. It is a bit bigger, a bit heftier. You can probably see it better on this side.
Looks like almost twice as much.
Yeah, about that. Compatible with Mjörk Borg is what it says on the cover, and it is made by Limithron. Pirate Borg, wonderful art on the front and wonderful art on the back.
Looks like there's some ribbon markers.
Yep, a black one and a red one. On the inside cover, it has some quick tables, looting the body, which is always good. Just a note on the pages, this is like it's not glossy, which I'm actually appreciative of. I like when it's glossy every now and again, like spot gloss and stuff like that, or spot like metallics. I read under light most of the time, and it gets real glary. You can see it's not that glary there, but Mjörk Borg has some glossy pages, and you can see how it really glares. I love Mjörk Borg, don't get me wrong, but I personally prefer this more matte finish. This just has a wonderful aesthetic that's going on here. This talks about ash, and ash is the remnants of destroyed undead, first discovered in the Dark Caribbean, known to have physiological and psychedelic effects when consumed. So this is a drug and enhancement.
I really like the idea of ash and that skull that's there and exploding out with psychedelic colors.
Yeah, it's Brethren of the Coast. The British talks about the West India Company, French Indies, so it talks about all these different places, what's going on in and around these areas.
This page speaks of the great old ones, the end of days.
So yeah, there's some H.P. Lovecraftian sort of lore that's mixed in here, which is always, to me, a huge boon. A general history of the Dark Caribbean. I love this. This harkens to Mjörk Borg, and when you hit all the plagues, and then when you've done all that, you hit the seventh, and then basically the world is destroyed. And this table is a D66 chart.
This spread's all about creating a player. There's 5 steps. Welcome to the Dark Caribbean, and there's some tables to roll on, some charts here. D6 for your container, what you have, like a backpack or whatever. D12 for cheap gear, D12 for fancy gear. Ability scores are based on the Borg base game, modifiers from -3 to +3. They add the spirit ability, where Borg doesn't have that.
Yeah, and the spirit ability is willpower, using relics, and casting rituals. Violence, this is how to do combat.
Hit points, what happens at 0 hit points when you're broken, negative HP, etc. And also gaining experience points.
Yep, right here. Now we get into the character classes that you can be. The Brute is like a barbarian.
Rapscallion.
The Buccaneer.
The Swashbuckler.
A Zealot, which is like a cleric.
Sorcerer's like a necromancer. I love this one, Haunted Soul. You can start as a ghost, a conduit, eldritch mind, a zombie, vampirism, or a skeleton.
And the Tall Tale, if you want to get really wacky, merfolk or an aquatic mutant, or maybe a sentient animal like a crocodile. That's not really my jam, this part. To each his own.
Starting weapons and their damage values, equipment, other weapons.
All right, here's the Devil's Luck. And I love any sort of luck mechanic, re-rolling things, whether that's like DM Scotty's luck dice or just using like inspiration tokens or anything like that. Deal max damage with one attack.
Lower damage dealt to you by D6.
Reroll any die roll.
Lower one test DR by -4.
Or neutralize a crit or fumble.
Here's some backgrounds over on this page here. D100.
Can't believe this fucking mouse has been in here the whole time. Sorry about that. To give your character some distinctive flaw, you can roll or pick out of this.
And also physical characteristics. Missing an eye, matted, dreaded hair.
More flavor for your character, idiosyncrasies, unfortunate incidences and conditions. Thing of importance, these are random little treasures and whatnot. Ancient relics.
So can you start with these?
Yeah, why not? Depends on the GM, what they want to do.
All right, awesome. Or they could be things that the characters are after.
Absolutely. Arcane rituals. What they can do, and you can gain these depending on your class, or really anybody, I think, can pick these up and use them. If you happen to fumble when casting a spell, sea shanties. I have to say, Pirate Borg is just completely amazing. The sea shanties is what makes this so much, I don't know, this is my favorite thing out of the whole thing. When you're on board a ship and you sing any of these songs, and you can pick up these songs, and I really think that this comes from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Within here, it becomes a mechanical thing that you can do, where, let's say you sing the song 15 Men on a Dead Man's Chest, the ship gains D2 Devil's Luck that it can use like a PC, so the ship gets that. Really awesome.
Wow, that is really cool. Kind of really put you into the game.
Alchemy, you can roll up weird things. This is actually really fun. Naval combat. Here's like the basics of like what your ship is, what your crew means, etc. And while you're sailing, you actually get crew moves or crew actions is what they're called. Right here on a 2-page spread is all the rules for naval combat. Movement, initiative, what each ship's turn means, so on and so forth, all the way through.
Awesome. Can't wait to go sailing and fuck up a ghost ship or something.
Yeah. So this is on maritime travel, specialty crews, crew skills and morale, repairing your ships, and shipwright repairs and upgrades and what you can do about that. Here's some optional win rules if you're wanting a little bit more crunch to your game, and then random things that you can find at sea, flotsam and jetsam. So here's the ships that are out there in the Dark Caribbean that you could possibly acquire.
And there are hit points, abilities, how many crew, and max crew.
Yeah, like for the longboat, you need a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 10.
Oh, and all the big girls right here.
So everything from the sloop to the galleon.
Oh, the extra big girls.
Yeah, the Man of War, which needs a crew of 50, all the way up to the Ship of the Line, needs a crew of 150 at least in order to work. Ghost Ship, Ship of Bones, and the Vessel from the Deep, very Cthulhuan in nature.
This is metal as fuck, man.
A bestiary, basically here, things on land, things in the air, aquatic animals,
Carnivorous plant, electric coral,
or something that I think is wonderful, make your own enemies. Skeletons, zombies, gotta have all those. Ghosts, scavenging seagull, what's in its belly? Obscure oyster cult. Deep ones, the drowned, gorilla crab, sea wraith, sirens, so on and so forth. All this awesome stuff. Of course, you have to have a Kraken in there. Davy Jones, almost like a floating island. The Leviathan.
marrow cannons. Those are undead like weaponry, right?
Yeah. Some NPCs, quick.
Naval Mastermind, the Inquisitor, the Necromancer, the Sunken One.
Need a random ship at sea. Roll it up.
Derelict ships. Yeah, when a ship is beaten and just afloat and can't sail or anything because its mast is gone, then if you come upon one in the sea, you can roll one up and see what their cargo is.
Buried treasure.
And then treasure maps. How to roll up a treasure map and then get out there and draw one up.
Treasure maps and riddles that might be associated with them. I mean, man, you don't need anything else other than this book.
Uncharted islands. The natural hazards, current conflicts, best place on the island to hide treasure.
Yeah, vegetation, notable animals and inhabitants, the darkness that might be there. Man, just... This is one of the most complete books for a campaign setting, and so streamlined and quick and to the point. Just amazing.
Stopping a pirate can be dangerous to your health.
I love this game, oh my friggin' god.
Yeah, it's pretty friggin' awesome.
Jobs, quests, the hook. Dude, Limithron. What the hell? This is how books should be written. The Curse of Skeleton Point. This is the module that's here. And it's more of a sandbox, really. Here are just awesome things, plot hooks, what's going on, NPCs, what they're all about. Black Coral Bay, which is the second side of the map that we showed you earlier. The different areas, what's going on there. It breaks down each one. Here's Coral Town, the actual town that's on the island. What's going on there? What you can do there. The old lighthouse, Carcass Beach, the jungle, the Nameless Temple, Shrine of the Nameless Skull, Victim of Nameless Blood, the Lake of the Nameless One, Death Head Swamp, Black Coral Reef.
And this is actually Skeleton Point here. All the wonderful things that are there. There's actually a ship impaled on an old castle.
Yeah, cool. Fucking amazing aesthetics that are going on here.
And this is a handy dandy chart, isn't it?
Yes, it is. This is you just rolling up your character. Everything in a flow chart right here. Creature index, the normal game index or the book index here. Reference charts.
Oh my god, this is amazing. So you gonna play this game anytime soon?
You better believe I'm going to be playing this, and very soon. Thanks for stopping by Agranact Studios, taking a look at Pirate Borg. If you want an extended cut of this, it's going to be up on my Patreon. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Later, everyone.
Cheers.
All right, do this and do that and do this and do that. And watch this video.